Good evening and welcome to National Theatre Live. We're coming to you live from the Olivier stage of the National Theatre, where tonight's performance is being beamed around the world to over 1,000 cinemas in 35 different countries. Over the next few months, we've got some very exciting new shows to transmit. All the details are on our website, ntlive.com, but tonight we are delighted to bring the world's cinemas to this sold-out production of King Lear. Last week was William Shakespeare's 450th birthday, and King Lear remains one of his most powerful and enduring plays, with its timeless story of parents and children aging and madness. The role of Lear is one of the great challenges for an actor, and tonight you're going to see that challenge embraced by the remarkable Simon Russell Beale, often called the greatest classical actor of his generation. In this production, he's working with director Sam Mendes, marking their 7th Shakespeare collaboration in a partnership that began almost 25 years ago. I'm going to be back in the interval to show you an exclusive short film about the show, but for now, please enjoy King Lear.
I thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now, in the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he values most.
Is not this your son, my lord?
His breeding, sir, have been at my charge. I have so often blushed to acknowledge him that now I am praised to it.
I cannot conceive you.
Sir, this young fellow's mother could, whereupon she grew round-wombed, and had indeed, sir, a son for her cradle, ere she had a husband for her bed. Do you smell a fault?
I cannot wish the fault undone, the issue of it being so proper.
But I have a son, sir, by order of law, some year elder than this, who yet is no dearer in my account, though this knave came something saucily into the world before he was sent for. Yet was his mother fair, there was good sport at his making, and the whoreson must be acknowledged. Do you know this noble gentleman, Edmund?
No, my lord.
My lord of Kent. Remember him hereafter as my honourable friend.
My services to your lordship.
I must love you, and sue to know you better.
Sir, I shall study deserving.
The king is coming.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose. No, we have divided in 3 our kingdom, and 'tis our fast intent to shake all cares and business from our age, conferring them on younger strengths, while we, unburdened, crawl toward death. Our son of Cornwall, and you are no less loving son of Albany, we have this hour a constant will to publish our daughter's several dowers, that future strife may be prevented now. The princes France and Burgundy, great rivals in our youngest daughter's love, long in our court have made their amorous sojourn, and here are to be answered. Tell me, which of you shall we say doth love us most? That we our largest bounty may extend where nature doth with merit challenge. Goneril, our eldest born, speak first.
Sir, I love you more than word can wield the matter. Dearer than eyesight, space, and liberty. Beyond what can be valued, rich or rare. No less than life. With grace, health, beauty, honour. As much as child e'er loved, or father found. A love that makes breath poor and speech unable. Beyond all manner of so much, I love you.
What shall Cordelia speak? Love and be silent.
Of all these bounds, with shadowy forests and with champaigns riched, with plenteous rivers and wide-skirted meads, we make thee lady, to thine and Albany's issue be this perpetual. What says our second daughter, our dearest Regan, wife of Cornwall, speak?
I am made of that self-same metal as my sister, and prize me at her worth. In my true heart I find she names my very deed of love. Only she comes too short.
In that I profess myself an enemy to all other joys, which the most precious square of sense possesses, and find I am alone felicitate in your dear highness love. Then poor Cordelia, and yet not so, since I am sure my love's more ponderous than my tongue.
To thee and thy hereditary ever remained this ample third of our fair kingdom, no less in space, validity, and pleasure than that conferred on Goneril. And now our joy, although our last and least, to whose young love the vines of France and milk of Burgundy strive to be interest. What can you say? To draw a third more opulent than your sisters, speak.
Nothing, my lord.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing will come of nothing. Speak again.
Unhappy that I am, I cannot heave my heart into my mouth. I love your majesty according to my bond, no more nor less.
How, Cordelia, mend your speech a little, lest you may mar your fortune.
Good, my lord. You have begot me, bred me, loved me. I return those duties back as a right fit, obey you, love you, and most honour you. Why have my sisters husbands if they say they love you all? Haply when I shall wed, that lord whose hand must take my plight shall carry half my love with him, half my care and duty. Sure I shall never marry like my sisters to love my father or...
But goes thy heart with this?
Aye, my good lord.
So young and so untender.
So young, my lord, and true.
Let it be so. Thy truth, then, be thy dower, for by the sacred radiance of the sun, the mysteries of Hecate and the night, by all the operation of the orbs from whom we do exist and cease to be, here I disclaim all my paternal care, propinquity and property of blood, and as a stranger to my heart and me, hold thee from this forever. Peace, Kent! Come not between the dragon and his wrath. I loved her most, and thought to set my rest on her kind nursery, hence and avoid my sight.
Call France! Who serves call Burgundy, Cornwall and Albany, with my 2 daughters' dowers? Digest this third, let pride, which she calls plainness, marry her. I do invest you jointly with my power, preeminence and all the large effects, had troop with majesty ourselves by monthly course, with reservation of 100 knights. By you to be sustained shall our abode make with you by due turn, only we shall retain the name, and all the addition to a king, the sway, revenue, execution of the rest, beloved sons, be yours.
Royal Lear, whom I have ever honoured as my king, loved as my father, as my master, followed, as my great patron, thought on in my prayers.
The bow is bent and drawn, make from the shaft.
Oh, let it fall, rather, till the fork invade the region of my heart. Be kent unmannerly, when Lear is mad. What wouldst thou do, old man? Think'st thou that duty shall have dread to speak, when power to flattery bows? To plainness honours bound, when majesty stoops to folly. Reserve thy state, and in thy best consideration check this hideous rashness. Answer my life, my judgment. Thy youngest daughter does not love thee least.
Count on thy life no more.
Thy life I never held but as a pawn to wage against thine enemies, nor fear to lose it, thy safety being the most...
Out of my sight!
See better, Lear, and let me still remain the true blank of thine eye.
Ah, by Apollo!
Now, by Apollo, king, thou swearst thy gods in vain.
Thou vassal miscreant!
Dear sir, forbear.
Do kill thy physician and thy fee bestow upon the foul disease. Revoke thy gift. Or whilst I can vent clamour from my throat, I'll tell thee, thou dost evil.
Hear me, recreant, on thine allegiance hear me, that thou hast sought to make us break our vow, which we durst never yet. Take thy reward. 5 days we do allot thee for provision to shield thee from disasters of the world, and on the 6th to turn thy hated back upon our kingdom. If on the next day following thy banished trunk be found in our dominions, the moment is thy death, and by Jupiter this shall not be revoked.
Well, fare thee well, king, sit thus thou wilt appear. Freedom lives hence, and banishment is here. The gods to their dear shelter take thee, maid, that justly think'st, and hast most rightly said. And your large speeches, may your deeds approve, that good effects may spring from words of love. Thus Kent, O princes, bids you all adieu. He'll shape his old course in a country new.
Here is France and Burgundy, my noble lord.
My lord of Burgundy, we first address toward you, who with this king hath rivaled for our daughter. Come on, come on, up! What in the least will you require in present dower with her, or cease your quest of love?
Most royal majesty, I crave no more than hath your highness offered, nor will you tender less.
Right, noble Burgundy, when she was dear to us, we did hold her so, but now her price is fallen. So there she stands. If aught within that little seeming substance and nothing more may fitly like your grace, she's there and she is yours.
I know no answer.
Will you with those infirmities she owns, unfriended, new adopted to our hate, dowered with our curse, and strangered with our oath, take her or leave her?
Pardon me, royal sir. Election makes not up on such conditions.
Then leave her, sir, for by the power that made me, I tell you all her wealth. For you, great king, I would not from your love make such a stray to match you where I hate. Therefore beseech you to avert your liking. A more worthier way than on a wretch whom nature is ashamed almost to acknowledge her.
This is most strange that she, that even but now was your best object, the argument of your praise, balm of your age, the best, the dearest, should, in this trice of time, commit a thing so monstrous to dismantle so many folds of favour.
I yet beseech your majesty, if, for I want that glib and oily art to speak and purpose not, since what I will intend, I'll do it before I speak, that you make known. It is no vicious blot, murder or foulness, no unchaste action or dishonest step that hath deprived me of your grace and favour, but even for want of that for which I am richer. A still soliciting eye, and such a tongue as I am glad I have not, though not to have it hath lost me in your liking.
Better thou hadst not been born, than not to have pleased me better.
Is it but this? My lord of Burgundy, what say you to the lady? Will you have her? She is herself a dowry.
Royal Lear, give but that portion which yourself promised, and here I take Cordelia by the hand, Duchess of Burgundy.
Nothing I have sworn, I am firm.
I am sorry then you have so lost a father. You must lose a husband.
Peace be with Burgundy. Since that respect to fortune his love, I shall not be his wife.
Fairest Cordelia, that art most rich, being poor, most choice forsaken, and most loved despised, thee and thy virtues here I seize upon. Be it lawful, I take up what's cast away. Thy dowerless daughter, king, thrown to my chance, is queen of us, of ours, and our fair France. Bid them farewell, Cordelia. Though unkind, thou losest here a better where to find.
Thou hast a France, let it be thine, for we have no such daughter. Nor shall ever see that face of hers again. Therefore be gone without our grace, our love, our benison. Come, noble Burgundy.
God!
Bid farewell to your sisters.
The jewels of our father. With washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know you what you are, and like a sister am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him, but yet alas did I within his grace. I would prefer him to a better place. So farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's arms. Huh. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted.
Time shall unfold what pleated cunning hides. Who covers faults at last shame them derides. Well may you prosper.
Come, my fair Cordelia.
Sister, it is not a little I have to say of what most nearly appertains to us both. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain. And with you, next month with us.
Oh. You see how full of change his age is. The observation we have made of it hath not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he now casts her off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time hath been but rash, but now must we look to receive from his age not alone the imperfections of long ingrained condition, but also the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with them.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
Pray you, let's hit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think on it.
No, we must do something. And in the heat.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why
bastard. Wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue? Why brand they us with baseness, bastardy, base? Who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a dull, stale, tired bed go to the creating a whole tribe of fops, got between sleep and wake? Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards.
Kent banished thus, and France in collar parted, and the king gone tonight. Edmund, how now? What news?
So please, your lordship, none.
Why so earnestly seek you to put up that letter?
I know no news, my lord.
What paper were you reading?
Nothing, my lord.
No, what needed then that terrible dispatch of it into your pocket? The quality of nothing hath not such a need to hide itself. Let's see, come, if it be nothing, I shall not need spectacles.
I beseech you, sir, pardon me. It is a letter from my brother, which I have not all read. And for so much as I have perused, I find it not fit for your looking.
Give me the letter, sir.
I shall offend either to detain or give it. The contents, as in part I understand them, are to blame.
Let's see. Let's see.
I hope for my brother's justification he wrote this but as an essay or taste of my virtue.
This policy and irreverence of age makes the world bitter to the best of our times, keeps our fortunes from us till our oldness cannot relish them. I begin to find an idle and fond bondage in the oppression of aged tyranny. Come to me that of this I may speak more. If our father would sleep till I waked him, you should enjoy half his revenue forever and live the beloved of your brother Edgar. Conspiracy. Sleep till I waked him. You should enjoy half his revenue. What, my son, Edgar, had he a hand to write this? A heart and brain to breed it in? When came this to you? Who brought it?
It was not brought me, my lord. There's the cunning of it. I found it thrown in at the casement of my closet.
You know the character to be your brother's?
If the matter were good, I would dare swear it were his. But in respect of that, I would fain think it were not.
It is his.
It is his hand, my lord, but I hope his heart is not in the contents.
Has he never before sounded you in this business?
Never, my lord. But I have heard him oft maintain it to be fit that sons at perfect age and fathers decline, the father should be as ward to the son and the son manage his revenue.
Oh, villain, his very opinion in the letter. Abhorred villain, unnatural, detested, brutish villain, worse than brutish. Go, sirrah, seek him, I'll apprehend him, abominable villain. Where is he?
I will seek him, sir, presently, convey the business as I shall find means, and acquaint you with all.
These late eclipses of the sun and moon portend no good to us. Though the wisdom of nature can reason it thus and thus, yet nature finds itself scourged by the sequent effects. Love cools, friendship falls off, brothers divide, in cities mutinies, in countries discord, in palaces treason, and the bond cracked twixt son and father. This villain of mine comes under the prediction. There's son against father, the king falls from bias of nature, there's father against child. Oh, we have seen the best of our times. Machinations, hollowness, treachery, and all ruinous disorders follow us disquietly to our graves. Find out this villain, Edmund. It shall lose thee nothing. Do it carefully. And the noble and true-hearted Kent banished his offence. honesty. 'Tis strange, strange.
This is the excellent foppery of the world. That when we are sick in fortune, often the surfeits of our own behaviour, we make guilty of our disasters the sun, the moon, and the stars, as if we were villains by necessity, fools by heavenly compulsion, knaves, thieves, and traitors by spherical predominance, drunkards, liars, and adulterers by an enforced obedience of planetary influence, and all that we are evil in by a divine thrusting on, an admirable evasion of whore-master man, to lay his goatish disposition to the charge of a star. My father compounded with my mother under the dragon's tail, and my nativity was under Ursa Major, so that it follows I am rough and lecherous. Fart! I should have been, that I am, had the maiden Lear star in the firmament twinkled on my bastardizing.
How now?
Edgar. Here he comes. Like the catastrophe of the old comedy, my cue is villainous melancholy with a sigh like Tom o' Bedlam. Oh, these eclipses do portend these divisions.
Oh, Brother Edmund, what serious contemplation are you in?
I'm thinking, brother, of a prediction I read this other day, what should follow these eclipses.
You busy yourself with that?
I promise you the effects he writes of succeed unhappily, as of unnaturalness between the child and the parent, death, dearth, divisions in state, menaces and maledictions against king and nobles, banishment of friends, nuptial breaches, and I know not what.
How long have you been a sectary astronomical?
Oh, come. When saw you my father last?
Why, the night gone by.
Or spake you with him?
Oh, 2 hours together.
Or parted you in good terms, found you no displeasure in him by word or countenance?
None at all.
Then bethink yourself wherein you may have offended him, and at my entreaty forbear his presence till some little time hath qualified the heat of his displeasure, which at this instant so rages in him that with the mischief of your person it would scarce allay.
Some villain hath done me wrong.
That's my fear. I pray you, retire to my lodging, from whence I will fitly bring you to hear my lord speak. Pray you go. There's my key. If you do stir abroad, go armed.
Armed?
Brother, I advise you to the best. Go armed. I am no honest man if there be any good meaning toward you. I have told you what I have seen and heard, but faintly, nothing like the image and horror of it. Pray you, away.
Shall I hear from you anon?
I do serve you in this business. A credulous father and a brother noble, whose nature is so far from doing harm that he suspects none, on whose foolish honesty my practices ride easy. I see the business. Let me, if not by birth, have lands by wit. All with me's meet, that I can fashion fit.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool?
Yes, madam.
By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour he flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. And his knights grow riotous, and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I will not speak with him. Just say I'm sick.
He's coming, madam. I hear him.
Put on What weary negligence, you please, you and your fellows, I'll have it come to question. If he dislike it, let him to my sister, whose mind and mine I know in that are one, not to be overruled. Idle old man, that still would manage those authorities that he hath given away. Now by my life, old fools are babes again, and must be used with checks as flatteries. Just remember what I have said.
Well, madam...
Oh, and let his knights have colder looks among you. What grows of it, no matter. Advise your fellows so. I'll write straight to my sister to hold my very course. Prepare for dinner.
If but as well I other accents borrow, that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue for which I raised my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come, thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labours.
I'll get it ready.
King of France is a mongrel bitch.
The King of France is a mongrel bitch.
He's got the blue ball crabs and the 7-year itch.
He's got blue ball crabs and 7-year itch.
The King of France is a jumped up brag.
The King of France is a jumped up brag.
Pride is supposed to feed my dog.
Pride is supposed to feed my dog.
The King of France is a mongrel bitch.
The King of France is a mongrel bitch.
He's got the
Blue ball crabs and the 7-year itch. And now what art thou?
a man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem. To serve him truly, thou will put me in trust. To love him that is honest, to converse with him that is wise and says little, to fear judgment, to fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as pure as the king.
If thou beest as poor for a subject as he is for a king, thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
What services canst thou do?
Well, I can keep honest counsel, deliver a plain message bluntly, that which ordinary men are fit for and qualified in. And the best of me is integrity, sir.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
No, sir, but you have that in your countenance, which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like to know worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner! Oh, dinner, where's my knave, my fool? Oh, you, Sarah. Where's my daughter?
So please you.
What's this, the fellow there called the clockpole back?
Oi!
Where's my fool?
I think the world's asleep.
Oh, where's that mongrel?
He says, my lord, your daughter is not well.
Why came not the slave back to me when I called him?
Sir, he answered me in the roundest manner. He would not.
He would not?
My lord, I know not what the matter is, but to my judgment, your highness is not entertained with that ceremonious affection as you are wont.
Yes, sir.
I do beseech you, pardon me, my lord, if I be mistaken, for my duty cannot be silent when I think your highness wrong.
Thou but rememberest me of mine own conception. I have perceived a most fate neglect of late. I will look further into it. Where's my fool? I've not seen him this 2 days.
Since my young lady's going into France, sir, the fool hath much pined away.
No more of that. I have noted it. Go and tell my daughter I would speak with her. Oh, you, sir, come here this second. Who am I, sir?
My lady's father.
My lady's father, my lord's name, you horse and dog, you slave, you cur!
I am none of these, my lord. I beseech your pardon.
Do you bandy looks with me, you rascal?
God be struck, my lord.
Nor trip neither, you base football player.
I thank thee, fellow, thou servest me and I'll love thee.
Come, sir, rise away. You'll teach your differences, sir. Have your wisdom, thou too, sir.
My friendly name, I thank thee, there's earnest of thy service.
Let me hear him too.
And now my pretty name, how dost thou?
Sarah, you had best take my coxcomb.
Why, Phil?
Why? For taking one's part that's out of favour. If thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou catch cold shortly. Let that take my coxcomb. This fellow hath banished 2 of his daughters, and did the 3rd a blessing against his will. If thou follow him, thou must needs wear my coxcomb. How now, nuncle? Would I had 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters?
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. There's mine. Beg another of thy daughters.
Take heed, sir, of the whip.
Truth's a dog, must to kennel, he must be whipped out, while the lady bitch may sit by the fire and stink.
Pestilent gall to me.
Sarah, I'll teach thee a speech. Well, mark it, nuncle. Have more than thou showest, speak less than thou knowest, lend less than thou owest, ride more than thou goest, learn more than thou trowest, set less than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep in a door, and thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a score.
This is nothing, Phil.
And 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer. You gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, nuncle?
I know, boy, nothing can be made out of nothing.
Prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to. He will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and a sweet one?
No, lad, teach me.
Well, that lord that counselled thee to give away thy land, come place him here by me. Do thou for him stand. Come. The sweet and bitter fool will presently appear. The one in motley here, the other found out there.
Ah, dost thou call me fool, boy?
All thy other titles thou hast given away, that thou wast born with.
This is not altogether Phil, my lord.
No, faith. Lords and great men will not let me. If I had a monopoly out, they would have part on't, and ladies too. Oh, they will not let me have all fool to myself. They'll be snatching. Oh. Nuncle, give me an egg, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
What 2 crowns shall they be?
Why, after I've cut the egg in the middle and eat up the meat, the 2 crowns of the egg. The 2 crowns of the... When thou clovest thy crown in the middle and gavest away both parts, thou borest thy ass on thy back o'er the dirt. Thou hadst little wit in thy bald crown when thou gavest thy golden one away. If I speak like a fool in this, let him be whipped that first finds it so. Bum, 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 bum. Fools had ne'er less wit in a year.
Fools have ne'er less wit in a year.
For wise men are grown foolish.
For wise men are grown foolish.
They know not how their wits to wear.
For wise men are grown foolish.
Their manners are so apish.
For wise men are foolish. For wise men are grown foolish. I mean, you won't be so full of songs, Sarah.
I've used it, nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers. For when thou gavest them the rod and pulsedst down thine own breeches, then they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung, that such a king should play bo peep and go the fools among. Prithee, nuncle, keep a schoolmaster that can teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
If you lie, sir, we'll have you whipped.
Oh, I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true. They'll have me whipped for lying. Sometimes I'm whipped for holding my peace. I would rather be any kind of thing than a fool. And yet I would not be thee, nuncle. Thou hast pared thy wit on both sides and left nothing in the middle. Ah! Here comes one of the pairings!
And our daughter. Oh, makes that frontlet on you too much of late in the frown.
Thou wast a pretty fellow when thou hadst no need to care for her frowning. Now thou art an O without a figure. I'm better than thou art now. I'm a fool. Thou art nothing. Yes, forsooth, I will hold my tongue, so your face bids me, though you say nothing. Mum. That's a shelled peace god.
Not only, sir, this your all-licensed fool, but other of your insolent retinue do hourly carp and quarrel, breaking forth in rank, and not to be endured riots. Sir, I had thought, by making this well known unto you, to have found a safe redress, but now grow fearful, by what yourself too late have spoke and done, that you protect this course and put it on by your allowance.
Oh, you know, Uncle, the hedge sparrow fed the cuckoo so long that its head bit off by its young.
Are you our daughter?
Come, sir. I would you would make use of that good wisdom whereof I know you are fraught, and put away these dispositions which of late transform you from what you rightly are.
Does any here know me? This is not Lear. Does Lear walk thus, speak thus? Who is it that can tell me who I am?
Lear's shadow.
I would learn that, for by the marks of sovereignty, knowledge, and reason, I should be false persuaded I had daughters.
Which they will make an obedient father.
Your name, fair gentlewoman?
This admiration, sir, is much of the savour of other your new pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright. As you are old and reverend, you should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this our court, infected with their manners, shows like a riotous inn, epicurism and lust make it more like a tavern or a brothel than a graced palace. The shame itself does speak for instant remedy. Be then advised by her that else will take the thing she begs. A little to disquantity your train, and the remainder that shall still depend to be such men as may besort your age, who know themselves and you.
Darkness and devils! Degenerate bastard! I'll not trouble thee yet if I left a daughter.
You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
Woe that too late repents! Oh, sir, you come, is it your will? Speak, sir, ingratitude! Thou marble-hearted fiend, more hideous when thou showest thee in a child than the sea monster.
Pray, sir, be patient.
Detested kite, thou liest. My train are men of choice and rarest parts, that all particulars of duty know, and in the most exact regard support the worships of their name. O most small fault, how ugly didst thou in Cordelia show, which like an engine wrenched my frame of nature from the fixed place, drew from my heart all love, and added to the gall. Oh, Lear, 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 beat at this gate, that let thy folly in, and thy dear judgment out. Go, go, my people, go.
My lord, I am guiltless as I am ignorant of what had moved
It
you.
may be so, my lord. Here, nature, here, dear goddess, here, suspend thy purpose, if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility, dry up in her the organs of increase, and from her derogate body never spring a babe to honour her. If she must teem, create a child of spleen, that it may live to be a thought, disnatured torment to, and let it stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth with cadent tears, fed channels in her cheeks to all her mother's pains, and benefits to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away! Away!
How gods that we adore, whereof comes this?
Will never afflict yourself to know the cause. But let his disposition have that scope the dotage gives it.
50 of my followers at a clap within a fortnight.
What's the matter, sir?
I'll tell thee. Life and death, I'm ashamed that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus. That these hot tears which break from me before should make thee worse them. Blast and fox upon thee, the untented woundings of a father's curse pierce every sense about thee. Old fond eyes, beweep this cause again, I'll pluck you out and cast you with the waters that too loose to temper clay. Has it come to this? Let it be so. I have another daughter, who
who I'm sure is kind and comfortable. And when she shall hear this of thee with her nails, she'll flay thy wolfish visage. And thou shalt find that I'll resume the shape which thou dost think I have cast off forever. Thou shalt, I warrant thee.
Do you mark that, my lord?
I cannot be so partial, Goneril. To the great love I bear you.
Well, pray you content. And now, Oswald, ho! Oh, and you, sir, more knave than fool, after your master.
Nuncle Lear, tarry and take the fool with thee. A fox, when one has caught her, and such a daughter, should sure to the slaughter if my cat would buy a halter. So the fool follows after.
This man hath had good counsel. Well, 100 knights. What is politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 knights, yes. That on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each complaint, dislike, he may guard his dotage with their powers and hold our lives in mercy. Oswald, I say.
You may fear too far.
Or safer than trust too far. Let me still take away the harms I fear, not fear, still to be taken. I know his heart. What he hath uttered, I have writ my sister. If she sustain him and his 100 knights, when I have shown the unfitness. How now, Oswald, what, have you writ that letter to my sister?
Yes, madam.
Take you some company and away to her. Inform her full of my particular fear, and thereto add such reasons of your own as may compact it more. Get you gone. And hasten your return. No, my lord. This milky gentleness in course of yours, though I condemn not, yet under pardon, you are much more a-tasked for want of wisdom than praised for harmful mildness.
Oh, how far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. But striving to better, off we mar what's well.
Nay, then.
Well, the event.
With this letter. Acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know that comes from her demand out of the letter. If your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there for you.
I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter.
If a man's brains were in his heels, were it not in danger of kibes?
Aye, boy.
Then I prithee be merry, thy wit shall not go slipshod. Shalt see, thy other daughter will use thee kindly. For though she's as like this as a crab's like an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell.
Oh, what canst thou tell, boy?
She'll taste as like this as a crab does to a crab. Thou canst tell why one's nose stands in the middle of one's face.
No.
Why, to keep one's eyes either side of one's nose. But what a man cannot smell out, he may spy into.
I did her wrong.
Canst tell how an oyster makes his shell?
No.
Nor I neither. But I can tell why a snail has a house.
Why?
Why? To put his head in, not to give it away to his daughters and leave his horns without a case.
I shall forget my nature, so kind a father.
The reason why the 7 stars is no more than 7 is a pretty reason.
Because they are not 8.
Yes, indeed. Thou wouldst make a good fool.
To take it again. By force. Monster ingratitude.
If thou weren't my fool, nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time.
How's that?
Thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise.
Oh, let me not be mad. Not mad, sweet heaven.
me in temper. I would not be mad. Come, boy!
Save thee, Curran!
And you, sir? I've been with your father and given him notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan, his Duchess, will be here with him this night.
How comes that?
Nay, I know not.
Curran?
You have heard of the news abroad? I mean the whispered ones for the yet but ear-kissing arguments.
Well, not I pray you, what are they?
Have you heard of no likely wars toward?
Wars?
Aye, sir. Twixt the Dukes of Cornwall and Albany.
Not a word.
Ah. You may do then. In time. Fare you well, sir.
If the Duke be here tonight, the better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father hath set guard to take my brother, and I have one thing of a queasy question, which I must act. Briefness and fortune work. Brother, a word? Brother, I say, my father watches. Oh, sir, fly this place. Intelligence is given where you are hid. You have now the good advantage of the night. Have you not spoken against the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming hither now, in the night, in the haste, and Regan with him. Have you said nothing upon his party against the Duke of Albany? Advise yourself!
I am sure on it, not a word!
I hear my father coming. Pardon me, in cunning I must draw my sword upon you. Draw! Seem to defend yourself! Now! Quit you well! Yield! Come before my father! What ho, light! Fly, brother! Torches! Torches! So farewell. Some blood drawn on me would beget opinion of my more fierce endeavour. I have seen drunkards do more than this in sport. Sharp sword out, mumbling of wicked charms, conjuring the moon to stand auspicious mistress.
But where is he?
Look, sir, I bleed.
Where is the villain, Edmund?
Fled that way, when by no means he
Pursue
could.
him now, go after. By no means what?
Persuade me to the murder of your lordship. But that I told him the revenging gods gainst parricides did all their thunders bend, seeing how loathly opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose. In fell motion with his prepared sword, he charges home my unprovided body.
Let him fly far, not in this land will he remain uncaught and found dispatched. The noble Duke comes tonight. By his authority I will proclaim it, that he which finds him shall deserve our thanks, bringing the murderous coward to the stake, he that conceals him death. Hark, the Duke, I know not why he comes. All ports I'll bar, the villain shall not escape. Besides, his picture I will send far and near, that all the kingdom may have due note of him. And of my land, loyal and natural boy, I'll work the means to make thee capable.
How now, my noble friend? Since I came hither, which I can call but now, I have heard strange news.
If it be true, all vengeance comes too short which can pursue the offender. How dost my lord?
Oh, madam, my old heart is cracked. It's cracked.
What did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named, your Edgar.
Oh, lady, shame would have it hid.
Was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father?
I know not, madam. 'Tis too bad, too bad.
Yes, madam, he was of that consort.
No marvel, then, though he were ill-affected. 'Tis they have put him on your father's death, to have the expense and waste of his revenue. I had this present evening from my sister. Been well informed of them, and with such cautions. They come to sojourn at my house. I'll not be there.
Nor I. Assure thee, Regan. Edmund. I hear that you have shown your father a childlike office.
'Twas my duty, sir.
He did betray his practice and receive this hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him.
Is he pursued?
Aye, my good lord.
If he be taken, he shall never more be feared of doing harm. Make your own purpose, how in my strength you please. For you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience doth this instant so much commend itself, you shall be ours. Natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize on.
I will serve you truly, sir. However else.
For him, I thank your grace.
You know not why we came to visit you.
Thus out of season, threading dark-eyed night occasions, noble Gloucester of such poise, when we must have use of your advice. Our father he hath writ, so hath our sister. Of differences, I best thought it fit to answer from our home. Our several messengers from hence attend dispatch. Our good old friend, lay comforts to your bosom and bestow your needful counsel to our business, which craves the instant use.
I serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome.
Out of this house?
Aye.
Where may we set our baggage?
In the mire.
Oh, prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me.
I love thee not.
Why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not.
How do I know thee?
What dost thou know me for?
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base, proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy worsted stocking knave. A lily-livered, action-taking, whore-son, glass-gazing, super-serviceable, finical rogue. One that wouldst be abhorred in way of good service, and art nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch. And one whom I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition.
Why, what a monstrous fellow art thou, thus to rail on one that is neither known of thee, nor knows thee.
Oh, what a brazen-faced varlet art thou, to deny thou knowest me. Is it 2 days ago since I tripped up thy heels and beat thee before the king? Draw, ye rogue, for though it be night, yet the moon shines. I'll make a sup of the moonshine of ya, ya whore-son, cullionly barber-monger. Draw!
Away! I'll have nothing to do with you.
Draw, you rascal! You come with letters against the king. Draw, you rogue, or I'll so carbonado your shanks. Draw, you rascal! Come your ways!
Help! Oh, murder, help!
Strike, you slave! Stand, rogue! Stand! Oh, you neat slave! Strike! 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 Oh! Which you, good man, boy, and you please come and flesh you. Come on, young master!
Weapons,
Come
arms,
on!
what's the matter here?
Keep peace upon your lives. Now you strike again. What is the matter?
Messengers from our sister and the king.
What is your difference? Speak.
I'm scarce in breath, my lord.
There's no marvel you've so bestirred your valor, you cowardly rascal.
Speak yet. How grew your quarrel?
This ancient ruffian, sir, whose life I spared at suit of his grey beard.
Oh, thou whoreson Zed, thou unnecessary letter, good my lord. If you will give me leave, I will tread this unbolted villain into mortar and daub the wall of a jakes with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagtail.
Peace, sirrah. You beastly knave. Know you no reverence?
Yes, sir. With anger, have the privilege, sir.
Why art thou angry?
That such a slave as this should wear a sword who wears no honesty. A plague upon your epileptic visage.
What art thou, mad old fellow?
How fare you out, say that?
No contraries hold more antipathy than I and such a knave.
Why dost thou call him a knave? What's his offence?
Oh, his countenance likes me not.
No more perchance does mine. Not his or hers.
Sir, it is my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder that I see before me at this instant.
This is some fellow who, having been praised for bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness. Constrains the garb quite from its nature. He cannot flatter. He an honest mind and plain, he must speak truth. If they will take it, so. If not, he's plain. These kinds of knaves I know. What was the offence you gave him?
I never gave him any. It pleased the king, his master, very late, to strike at me upon his misconstruction, when he, compact and flattering his displeasure, tripped me behind. Got praises of the king for attacking him who was self-subdued. And in the fleshment of this dread exploit, drew on me here again.
Fetch forth the stocks. You stubborn ancient knave, you reverend braggart, we'll teach you.
Sir, I am too old to learn. Call not your stocks for me. I serve the king, on whose employment I was sent to you. You shall do small respect, show too bold malice against the grace and person of my master, stocking his messenger.
Fetch forth the stocks, as I have life and honour. There shall he sit till noon.
Till noon? Till night, my lord, and all night too.
Madam, were I your father's dog, you should not use me so.
Sir, being his knave, I will.
This is a fellow of the self-same colour our sister speaks of. Come, bring away the stocks.
Let me beseech your grace not to do so. His fault is much, and the good king, his master, will check him for it. Your purposed low correction is such as basest and contemnest wretches for pilferings and most common trespasses are punished with. The king must take it ill that he so slightly valued in his messenger should have him thus restrained.
I'll answer that.
My sister may receive it much more worse to have her gentleman abused, assaulted for following her affairs. Put in his legs! Come, my lord, away.
I am sorry for thee, friend. 'Tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows will not be rubbed or stopped. I'll entreat for thee.
Oh, pray, do not, sir. I have watched and travelled hard. Sometime I'll sleep out, the rest I'll whistle. Give you good night.
The Duke's to blame in this. 'Twill be ill tame.
Ah, approach, thou beacon to this underglobe, that by thy comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. Nothing almost sees miracles but misery. I know 'tis from Cordelia, who hath most fortunately been informed of my obscured course. I shall find time from this enormous state, seeking to give losses their remedies. All weary and all watch, take vantage, heavy eyes, not to behold this shameful lodging. Fortune, good night. Smile once more. Turn thy wheel.
I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree escaped the hunt. No port is free, no place that guard and most unusual vigilance does not attend my taking. Whiles I may escape, I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape that ever penury in contempt of man brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, elf all my hair in knots, and with presented nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who with roaring voices enforce their charity. Poor Turligard! Poor Tom. That's something yet. Edgar, I nothing am.
Hail to thee, noble master.
Makes thou this shame thy pastime?
No, my good lord.
He wears cruel garters. Horses are tied by the head, dogs and bears by the neck, monkeys by the loins, and men by the legs. When a man's over lusty at legs, then he wears nether stocks.
What's he that hath so much thy place mistook to set thee here?
It is both he and she, your son and daughter.
No.
Yes.
No, I say.
I say yea.
No, they would not.
Yes, they have.
By Jupiter, I swear no.
Oh, by Juno, I swear no.
They durst not do it. They could not, would not do it. 'Tis worse than murder to do upon respect such violent outrage.
My lord, when at their home I did commend your highness letter to them, ere I was risen from the place that showed my duty kneeling, came there a reeking post, stewed in his haste, half breathless, panting forth from Goneril his mistress, salutations, delivered letters, spite of intermission, which presently they read, on whose contents they summoned up with speed their retinue, commanded me to follow and attend the leisure of their answer, gave me cold looks, and, meeting here the other messenger, being the very fellow that of late displayed so saucily against your highness, having more man than wit about me drew, he raised the house with loud and coward cries. Now your son and daughter found this trespass worth the shame which here it suffers.
Winter's not gone yet if the wild geese fly that way. Fathers that wear rags do make their children blind, but fathers that bear bags shall see their children kind.
Oh, this mother swells up toward my heart. Hysterica passio, down thou, climbing sorrow thy elements below. Where is this daughter?
With the Earl of Gloucester, sir, within.
Follow me, and you stay here.
How chanced the king come with so small a train?
Now that's been said in the stocks for that question, thou hadst well deserved it.
Why, fool?
All that follow their noses are led by their eyes, but blind men. And there's not a nose among 20 blind men, but can smell him that's stinking. Let go thy hold when a great wheel runs down a hill, lest it break thy neck with following it. But the great one that goes up the hill, let him draw thee after. When a wise man gives thee better counsel, give me mine again. I would have none but knaves follow it, since a fool gives it. That, sir, which serves and seeks for gain, and follows but for form, will pack when it begins to rain, and leave thee in the storm. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly. The knave turns fool that runs away, the fool no knave put I.
Where learned you this, fool?
Not i' the stocks, fool.
Didn't I to speak with me? They're sick. They're weary, they've travelled all the night. Mere excuse.
The image of revolt and flying off. Fetch me a better answer.
My dear lord, you know the fiery quality of the Duke, how unremovable and fixed he is in his own cause.
Vengeance, plague, death, confusion, fiery. Well, quality, my Gloucester, I'd speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife.
Well, my good lord, I have informed them, sir.
Informed them, does understand me, man?
Aye, my good lord.
The king would speak with Cornwall. The dear father would with his daughter speak commands, service, and they informed of this. My breath and blood. Fiery. The fiery Duke. Tell the hot Duke. No, not yet. Maybe he's not well. Infirmity doth still neglect all office whereto our health is bound, our forbear. And I'm fallen out with my more heady will. Death on my state, wherefore should he sit here? Give me my servant forth. Go tell the Duke and his wife I'd speak with them now, presently. Bid them come forth and hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum till it cries sleep to death.
I would have all well betwixt you.
Only my heart, my rising heart, but down.
Cry to it, nuncle, as the cockney did to the eels when she put 'em in the paste alive. She napped 'em o'er the coxcombs with a stick and cried, down, wantons, down. Hail to your grace.
Good evening to you both.
I'm glad to see your highness.
Regan. Yes. I think you are. I know what reason I have to think so. If thou shouldst not be glad, I would divorce me from thy mother's tomb. Sepulchring an adulteress. Oh, you free some other time to thy beloved Regan, thy sister's naught. Oh, Regan, she hath tied sharp-toothed unkindness like a vulture. Here, I can scarce speak to thee, thou not believe with how depraved a quality, oh, Regan.
I pray you, sir, take patience, I have hope. You less know how to value her desert than she to scant her duty.
Say, how is that?
I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation. If, sir, perchance she have restrained the riots of your followers, 'tis on such ground and to such wholesome end. It clears her from all blame.
My curse is on her!
So you are old. Nature in you stands on the very verge of her confine. You should be ruled and led by some discretion. Discerned your state better than you yourself. Therefore, I pray you that to our sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her.
Ask her forgiveness. Do you remark how this becomes the house? Oh, dear daughter, I confess that I'm old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees I beg that you'll vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food.
So no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister.
Never! Regan, she hath abated me of half my train. Looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue most serpent-like upon the very heart. All the stored vengeances of heaven fall on her ingrateful top. Strike her young bones, you taking her hairs with lameness.
Aye, sir, fie.
You nimble lightnings dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes. Infect her beauty, you fen-sucked fogs, drawn by the powerful sun to fall and blister.
Bless God, so will you wish on me when the rash mood is on.
No, Regan, thou shalt never have my curse. Thy tender-hearted nature shall not give thee o'er to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but thine do comfort. And not burn, 'tis not in thee to grudge my pleasures, to cut off my train, to bandy hasty words, to scant my money, and in conclusion to oppose the bolt against my coming in. Thou better knowest the offices of nature, bond of childhood, effects of courtesy, dues of gratitude. Thy half of the kingdom, thou hast not forgot wherein I thee endowed.
Good, sir! To the purpose!
Who put my man in the stocks?
What noise is that?
I know it is my sister. This approves her letter. She would soon be here. Is your lady come?
Who comes here? Oh, heavens! If you do love old men, if your sweet sway command obedience, if you yourselves are old, make it your cause, send down and take my part. I'm not ashamed to look upon this bid. What, Regan, will you take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended? All's not offence that indiscretion finds in dotage terms, sir.
Besides, you are too tough, will you yet hold? How came my man in the stocks?
I set him there, sir, but his own disorders deserve much less advancement.
You, did you?
I pray you, father, being weak, seems so if to the expiration of your month
You will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train. Come then to me. I am now from home, out of that provision which shall be needful for your entertainment.
Return to her, and 50 men dismissed? No. Rather, I abjure all roofs, and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be a comrade with a wolf and owl, necessity's sharp pinch. Return with her. By the hot-blooded France that doubtless took our youngest born, I could as well be brought to knee his throne and squire-like pension beg to keep base life afoot. Return with her. Persuade me rather to be slave and sumpter to this detested groom.
At your choice, sir.
I prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more meet, no more see one another. And yet thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Or rather a disease that's in my flesh, which I must needs call mine. Thou art a boil, a plague sore, an embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood, but I'll not chide thee. Let shame come when it will. I do not call it. I do not bid the thunder bearer shoot or tell tales of thee to high judging Jove. Mend when thou canst. Be better at thy leisure. I can be patient. I can stay with Regan. I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether, sir. I looked not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister. For those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old. She knows what she does.
Is this well spoken now?
I dare avouch it. What, 50 followers? Is it not well? What should you need of more? Yea! Oh, so many. Since both charge and danger speak against so great a number, how in one house should many people under two commands hold amity? 'Tis hard, almost impossible.
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? Then if they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you will come to me. For now I spy a danger. I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it!
Made you my guardians, my depositories, but kept a reservation to be followed with such a number. And must I come to you with 5 and 20? Regan said you so.
Again, my lord, no more with me.
Those wicked creatures yet do look well favoured when others are more wicked. Not being the worst stands in some rank of praise. I'll go with thee. Thy 50 yet doth double 5 and 20, and thou art twice her love.
Now hear me, my lord. What need you 5 and 20? 10 or 5 to follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend you?
What need 1?
Reason, not the need. Our basest beggars are in the poorest things superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts. Thou art a lady, if only to go warm were gorgeous. Why, nature needs not what thou gorgeous wearest, which scarcely keeps thee warm. But for true need, you heavens, give me that patience. Patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you that stirs these daughters' hearts against their father, fool me not so much to bear it tamely. Touch me with noble anger. And let not women's weapons, water drops, stain my man's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags. I will have such revenges on you both that all the world shall... I will do such things. What they are yet I know not, but they shall be the terrors of the earth.
Then you think I'll weep? No, I'll not weep. I have full cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws, or ere I'll weep. Fool, I shall go mad!
Let us withdraw. It will be a storm.
This house is little. The old man and his people cannot be well bestowed.
It is his own blame. Hath put himself from rest and needs must taste his folly.
For his particular, I'll receive him gladly, but not one follower.
So am I purposed. Where's my Lord of Gloucester?
Followed the old man forth. He is returned.
The king is in high rage.
Whither's he going?
I know not.
It's best to give him way. He leads himself.
My lord, entreat him by no means to stay.
Alack, the night comes on and the bleak winds do sorely ruffle. For many miles about, there's scarce a bird.
Sir, to wilful men! The injuries they themselves procure must be their schoolmasters. Shut up your doors! He is attended with a desperate train, what they might incent him to, being apt to have his ear abused. Wisdom, it's fear!
Shut up your doors, my lord. 'Tis a wild night. My Regan counsels well. Come out of the storm.
One minded like the weather, most unquietly. There is division twixt Albany and Cornwall, and true it is from France there comes a power into this scattered kingdom, who already wise in our negligence, have secret feet in some of our best ports.
Make your speed to Dover. If you shall seek Cordelia, as fear not but you shall. Make just report of what unnatural and bemaddening sorrow the king hath cause to suffer. Where is the king?
Contending with the fretful elements, bids the winds blow the earth into the sea, or swell the curled waters above the main, that things might change or cease. Tears his white hair, which the impetuous blasts with eyeless rage catch in their fury, and make nothing of. Strives in his little world of man to outstorm the to and fro conflicting wind and rain. This night, wherein the cup-drawn bear would couch the lion and the belly-pinched wolf keep their fur dry, unbonneted he runs and bids what will take all.
But who is with him?
None but the fool who labours to outjust his heart-struck injuries.
Go you to Dover, fie on this storm. I will go seek the king.
Blow winds and crack your cheeks. Rage blow, you cataracts and hurricanes. Spout till you have drenched our steeples, drowned the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, vaunt couriers of oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head, and now, all shaking thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world, crack nature's moulds, all Germans, spill at once that make ingrateful man.
Oh, no, court holy water in a dry house is better than this rainwater out of door. Good nuncle in, and ask thy daughter's blessing. Here's a night pities neither wise man nor fool.
Rumble thy bellyful, spit fire, spout rain, nor rain, wind, fire, thunder are my daughters. I tax you not, you elements, with unkindness. I never gave you kingdom. Call you children. You owe me no subscription, then let fall your horrible pleasures. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. But yet I call you servile ministers that have with two pernicious daughters joined your high engendered battles against a head so old and white as this. Oh, 'tis foul.
He that has a house to put his head in has a good headpiece.
I will be the pattern of all patience. I will say nothing.
Mary, here's grace and a codpiece. That's a wise man and a fool.
Alack, sir, are you here? Things that love night love not such nights as these. The wrathful skies gallow the very wanderers of the dark and make them keep their caves. Since I was man, such sheets of fire, such bursts of horrid thunder, such groans of roaring wind and rain I never remember to have heard. Man's nature cannot carry the affliction nor the fear.
Let the great gods that keep this dreadful pudder o'er our heads find out their enemies now. Tremble, thou wretch that hast within thee undivulged crimes, unwhipped of justice. Hide thee, thou bloody hand, thou perjured and thou simuler of virtue that art incestuous. Caitiff to pieces shake, that under covert and convenient seeming hath practised on man's life close pent-up guilts. Rive your concealing confidence and cry these dreadful summoners' grace. I am a man more sinned against than sinning.
Gracious, my lord, hard by here is a hovel. Some friendship will it lend you against the tempest. Repose you there, while I to this hard house, more harder than the stones whereof 'tis raised, return and force their scanted courtesy.
My wits begin to turn. Come on, my boy. How does my boy? I'm cold. Yeah. I'm cold myself. Come, bring us to this hovel. The art of our necessities is strange and can make vile things precious. Poor fool and knave. I have one part in my heart that's sorry yet for thee.
He that has a little tiny wit, with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, must make content with his fortunes fit. For the rain, it raineth every day. Oh. For the rain, it raineth every day.
True, boy. Come, bring us to this hovel.
This is a brave night to cool a courtesan. I'll speak a prophecy ere I go. When priests are more in word than matter, when brewers mar their malt with water, when nobles are their tailors' tutors, no heretics burned, but wenches' suitors, then shall the realm of Albion come to great confusion. But when every case in law is right, no squire in debt, nor no poor knight, when slanders do not live in tongues, nor cut purses come not to throngs, when usurers tell their gold in a field, and bawds and whores do churches build, then comes the time. Who lives to see it? That going shall be used with feet. This prophecy Merlin shall make, for I lived before his time.
Edmund, I like not this unnatural dealing. When I desire their leave to pity the king, they took from me the use of my own house, charged me on pain of their perpetual displeasure, neither to speak of him, entreat for him, nor any way sustain him.
Most savage and unnatural.
Go to, say you nothing. There is a division betwixt the dukes, and a worse matter than that. I have received a letter this night. 'Tis dangerous to be spoken. I have locked the letter in my closet. These injuries the king now bears will be revenged home. There's part of a power already footed. We must incline to the king. I will find him and privily relieve him. Go you to maintain talk with the duke, that my charity be not of him perceived. If he ask for me, I am sick and gone to bed. though I die for this, as no less is threatened me, the king, my old master, must be relieved. There is strange things toward, Edmund. Pray you, be careful.
This courtesy forbid thee, shall the Duke instantly know, and of that letter too. This seems a fair deserving, and must draw me that which my father loses, no less than all. The younger rises when the old doth fall.
Here is the place, my lord. Good my lord, enter here. The tyranny of the open night's too rough for nature to endure.
Let me alone.
Good my lord, enter here.
It will break my heart.
I'd rather break mine own. Good my lord, enter.
Thou thinkst this much of this contentious storm invades us to the skin, so 'tis to thee, but where the greater malady is fixed, the lesser is scarce felt. When the mind's free, the body's delicate. This tempest in my mind doth from my senses take all feeling else save what beats there, filial ingratitude. Is it not as this mouth should tear this hand for lifting food to it, but I will punish home? No, I'll weep no more. In such a night to shut me out, pour on, I will endure. In such a night as this, O Regan, Goneril, your old kind father, whose frank heart gave you all. No, that way madness lies. Let me shun that, no more of that.
Good my lord, enter here.
Prithee, go in thyself, seek thine own ease. This tempest will not give me leave to ponder on things would hurt me more. But I'll go in boy, go first. You houseless poverty. No, boy, get thee in our praying, then I'll sleep. Poor naked wretches. Wheresoe'er you are, that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm. How shall your houseless heads, your unfed sides, your looped and windowed raggedness defend you from seasons such as these? I've taken too little care of this. Take physic, pomp, expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou mayst shake the superflux to them and show the heavens more just.
Who's there?
The spirit, he says his name's poor Tom.
Where thou that doth grumble there in a straw? Come forth!
Away! The foul fiend follows me. Through the sharp hawthorn blows a cold wind. Go to thy bed and warm thee.
What didst thou give all to thy daughters, and art thou come to this?
Who gives anything to poor Tom, whom the foul fiend hath led through fire, and through flame, and through ford, and whirlpool, over bog and quagmire, that hath laid knives under his pillow and halters in his pew. Bless thy 5 weeks, Tom's cold. Ah, do they? Poor Tom some charity whom the foul fiend vexes. There, I can have him now. And there again. And there.
One of his daughters brought him to this pass. Couldst thou save nothing? Wouldst thou give them all?
Yeah, he reserved a blanket, else we had been all shamed.
Now all the plagues that in the pendulous air hang fated o'er men's faults light on thy daughters.
He hath no daughters, sir!
Death, traitor, nothing could have subdued nature to such aloneness but his unkind daughters. Is it the fashion
for discarded fathers to have thus little mercy on their flesh. Judicious punishment was this flesh begot those pelican daughters.
Pillicock sat on Pillicock Hill. Halloo! Pillicock sat on Pillicock Hill. Halloo!
This cold night will turn us all to fools and madmen.
Take heed of the foul fiend. Obey thy parents. Keep thy word justly. Swear not. Commit not with man's sworn spouse. Set not thy sweetheart on proud array. Oh, Tom's a cold. Huh?
What hast thou been?
Serving man, proud in heart and mind, but curled my hair, wore gloves in my cap, served the lust of my mistress's heart. Done the act of darkness with her, swore as many oaths as I spake words, and just broke them in the sweet face of heaven. One that slept in the contrivance of lust and waked to do it. Wine loved I deeply, dice dearly, and in woman out paramour the Turk. Let not the rustling of silk betray thy poor heart to woman. Dolphin, my boy, my boy. Caesar. Yeah, right. Let's let him trot by. Go on.
Aye, thou wert better in thy grave than to answer with thy uncovered body this extremity of the skies. Is man no more than this? Consider him well, thou owest the worm no silk, the beast no hide, the sheep no wool, the cat no perfume. Here's three of us are sophisticated. Thou art the thing itself. Unaccommodated man is no more but such a poor, bare, forked animal as thou art. Off. You legless, come. Unbutton here.
Then, uncle, be contented. 'Tis a naughty night to swim in. Look, here comes a walking fire.
This is the foul fiend!
What's he? Who's there? Why is you seek?
What are you there? Your names?
Poor Tom that eats the swimming frog. Toad, tadpole, wall-newt, and the water.
What? Hath your grace no better company?
Hey, the Prince of Darkness is a gentleman.
Our flesh and blood is grown so vile, my lord, that it doth hate what begets it. Going with me. My duty cannot suffer to obey in all your daughter's hard commands, though their injunction be to bar my doors and let this tyrannous night take hold upon you. Yet I have ventured to come seek you out and bring you where both fire and food is ready.
Let me talk with this philosopher. What is the cause of thunder?
Good, my lord, take his offer. Go into the house.
I'll have a word with this same learned Theban. What is your study?
How to prevent the fiend and to kill vermin.
Well, let me ask you one word, in private.
Importune him once more to go, my lord. His wits begin to unsettle.
Canst thou blame him? His daughters seek his death. Ah, that good Kent. He said it would be thus, poor banished man. Thou sayest the king grows mad. I tell thee, friend, I'm almost mad myself. I had a son. Now, outlawed from my blood, he sought my life. But lately, very late, I loved him, friend. No father his son dearer. Truth to tell thee, the grief hath crazed my wits. Oh, what a night is this. I do beseech your grace.
Come in, Mr. Noble philosopher, your company.
Thomas cold. No, in, fellow, there. Into the hovel. Keep thee warm.
Come, let's in all.
This way, my lord.
With him I will keep still with my philosopher.
Good, my lord, soothe him. Let him take the fellow.
Take you him on.
Sarah, come on. Go along with us.
Come, good to see thee.
No words, no words.
Child, Roland, to the dark tower came. His word was still. FIFO and FUM, I smelled the blood of a British man. Child Roland, to the dark tower came. His word was still. FIFO and FUM, I smelled the blood of a British man.
my revenge ere I depart this house.
How I may be censured that nature thus gives way to loyalty. Something fears me to think of.
I now perceive. It was not altogether your brother's evil disposition made him seek your father's death, but a provoking merit set to work by a reprovable badness in Gloucester himself.
How malicious is my fortune that I must repent to be just. This is a letter he spoke of which approves my father, an intelligent party to the advantages of France. Oh heavens, that this treason were not, or not I, the detector. Come with me to my wife. The matter with this paper be certain. You have mighty business in hand.
True or false, it hath made thee Earl of Gloucester. You seek out where thy father is, that he may be ready for our apprehension.
If I find him comforting the king, it will stuff his suspicion more fully. I shall persever in this course of loyalty, though the conflict be sore between that and my blood.
I will lay trust upon thee, and thou shalt find a dearer father in my love.
Yes, it's better than the open air. Take it thankfully. I will piece out the comfort with what addition I can. I will not be long from you.
All the power of his wits have given way to his impatience. The gods reward your kindness.
Frateretto calls me and tells me Nero's an angler in the lake of darkness. Pray! I mean, listen, but where the fell fiend?
To have 1,000 with red burning spits come hissing in upon them.
Then the foul fiend bites my back.
It shall be done. I will arraign them straight. Come. Thou learned justice, I come. Sit thou here, and thou sapient, sir. Sit here. Now, you see, ye foxes.
Look where he stands and glares. Croak not, black angel. I've no food for thee.
How do you, sir? Standing not so amazed. Will you lie down here and rest?
I'll see that trial first, bring in the evidence. Thou roadman of justice, take thy place, and thou his yoke fellow of equity, bench by his side. You're of the commission. Sit you two.
Let us deal justly.
Arraign her first. This Goneril! I here take my oath before this honourable assembly. She hit the poor king, our father. Is your name Goneril? She cannot deny it.
By your mercy, I took you for a joint stool.
Here's another whose warped looks proclaim what store her heart is made on. Stop her! Stop her! Their arms, sword! Fire! Corruption in the place! False justice! Why hast thou let her escape?
Pity. Sir, where is the patience now that you so often boasted to retain?
My tears begin to take his part so much they'll mar my counterfeiting.
Little dogs, all trained, blanched sweethearts, see they bark at me. Let them anatomize Regan. See what breathes about her heart. Is there any cause in nature that makes these hard hearts? You, sir, I entertain you for one of my 100. Only I do not like the fashion of your garments. You will say they are Persian, but let them be changed.
Now, good my lord, will you lie down here and rest a while?
Make no noise. Make no noise. Draw the curtain. go to supper in the morning. And I'll get to bed at noon. Come hither, friend. Where is the king, my master?
Here, my lord, but trouble him not. His wits are gone.
Good friend, I prithee, take him in thy arms. I have o'erheard a plot of death upon him. There is a carriage ready. Lay him in and drive toward Dover, friend, where thou wilt meet both welcome and protection. Take up thy master, if thou shouldst dally half an hour, his life with thine, and all that offer to defend him stand in assured loss. Take up, and follow me, that will to some provision give thee quick conduct.
Oppressed nature sleeps. This rest might yet have balmed thy broken senses, which if convenience will not allow, stand in hard cure. Come along, my master.
Thou must not stay behind. Come away.
To see bearing our woes, we scarcely think our miseries our foes. Who alone suffers most in the mind, leaving free things and happy shows behind. But then the mind much sufferance doth overskip when grief hath mates, and bearing fellowship, how light and portable my pain seems now, when that which makes me bend makes the king bow. He childed as I fathered. Tom away, mark the high noises, and thyself bewray when false opinion, whose wrong thoughts defile thee, in thy just proof repeals and reconciles thee. What will hap more tonight? Safe scape the king. Lurk.
Post speedily to my lord your husband. Show him this letter. The army of France has landed. We must seek out the traitor Gloucester.
Hang him, instantly.
Pluck out his eyes.
Leave him to my displeasure. Edmund, keep you our sister company. The revenges we are bound to take upon your traitorous father are not fit for your beholding. Go advise Albany to a most festinate preparation. We are bound to the like. Our posts shall be swift and intelligent betwixt us. Farewell, dear sister Edmund. Farewell. Seek out the traitor Gloucester. Pinion him like a thief. You bring him before us. Though well we may not pass upon his life without the form of justice, yet our power shall do a courtesy to our wrath, which men may blame but not control. That was the traitor!
Grateful foxes, eh?
Bind fast his corky arms!
What mean your graces? Good my friends, consider you are my guests. Do me no foul play, friends.
To this chair bind him!
Hard! Hard! Filthy traitor!
Unmerciful lady as you are, I am none.
I'll bind him, I say!
Kind gods, 'tis most ignobly done to pluck me by the beard.
So white, such a traitor!
Naughty lady, these hairs which thou dost ravish from my chin will quicken and accuse thee. I am your host! With robber's hands, my hospitable favors, you should not ruffle thus. What will you do?
Come, sir. What letters had you late from France?
Be simple answer, for we know the truth.
And what confederacy have you with the traitors late footed in the kingdom?
To whose hands have you sent the lunatic king? Speak!
I have a letter
guessingly set down, which comes from one that's of a neutral heart, and not from one opposed.
Cunning,
And false.
where hast thou sent the king?
To Dover.
For to Dover? So not charged at Pharaoh!
Wherefore to Dover? Let him first answer that.
I'm tied to the stake, and now I must stand the course.
Wherefore to Dover?
Because I would not see thy cruel nails pluck out his poor old eyes, nor thy fair sister in his anointed flesh stick boorish fangs. The sea, with such a storm as his bare head in hell black night endured, would have buoyed up and quenched the fiery stars, yet poor old heart, he hoped the heavens to rain. But I will see the winged vengeance overtake such children.
See it shalt thou never. Fellows, hold it here. On these eyes of thine I'll set my foot.
He that will think to live till he be old, give me some help. Oh, Crow! Oh, you gods! Oh!
One side will mock another, the other two.
You see vengeance,
Hold your
sir.
hand, my lord. I have served you ever since I was a child. But better service have I never done you than now to bid you hold.
Now, you dog.
Am I villain? Nay then, come on! And take the chance of anger.
A peasant, stand up thus.
Oh, I'm slain. My lord, you have one eye left to see some mischief on him.
Lest it see more. We prevent it. Smile, Jenny. Where is thy lustre now?
All dark and comfortless. Where is my son, Edmund? Edmund, enkindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act.
Out! Treacherous villain! Thou callest on him that hates thee. It was he that made thee overjoy thy treason to us. Who is too good to pity thee?
Oh, my follies. When Edgar was abused, kind gods forgive me that and prosper him.
Go! Thrust him out again, let him smell his way to Dover! How is my lord? How looked you?
Regan, I've received a hurt. Come follow me, lady. Turn out this eyeless villain. Throw this slave upon a dunghill. Regan, I bleed apace. And timely comes this hurt. Give me your arm.
I will never care what wickedness I do if that man come to good.
I'll fetch some flax, whites of eggs to apply to his bleeding face. Oh, heaven help him.
Welcome to the interval. I hope you enjoyed the first half and that you'll join us for some of the other productions that we've got coming out later on this summer or later on this winter, depending on where in the world you're watching us. The second half is going to start in a moment, but first we've got a short film that looks at the complicated family relationships within King Lear and how the actors and the director researched and developed this particular interpretation of the play. I really hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Have a good night.
What we sought to find was a contemporary world in which Lear was a bully, a dictator, someone who had not heard the word no for 20 years.
Attend the lords of France and Burgundy, Gloucester.
I shall, my liege.
And the first thing he said to me was, "Would you please shave your hair off?" And I knew exactly what he meant.
Meantime, we shall express our darker purpose.
Because I know I can look a bit like Santa Claus. And I don't want that. I want to be tougher than that.
Simon, you know, he's very humane, he's a very gentle man, and I think I always felt like the second half of the play was in his sweet spot. But the really difficult task is to play someone at the beginning who is feared.
Now our joy, although our last and least. What can you say? To draw a third more opulent than your sisters. Speak.
Nothing, my lord.
The most difficult thing in the play is to make Cordelia saying nothing make sense.
Nothing will come of nothing, speak again.
We've all watched Lear and thought, oh, go on, just tell him you loved him. You know, it's so much easier. You don't have to mean it. Just tell him, you know. But she won't do it. She's not going to play the game.
I think she knows just how great Lear was once, and that has disappeared as it becomes more of a dictatorship. She really believes it's the right thing not to flatter and pander to him like she's seen her sisters do.
I feel so angry with Cordelia. If only she had just toed the line, none of this would happen.
Oh, so he'd be living with her?
He'd be living with her because he says, "Oh, I was hoping you'd look after me."
We were very, very conscious not to go down the evil stepsisters route, you know, the sort of interchangeable Regan and Goneril. They're both nasty and they stand next to each other the whole time in sort of matching dresses. But I also think that Goneril's issue is quite different from Regan's.
He gives up everything, and then he expects to come and stay in the Schlick Gonerils. They don't have a great relationship anyway, with 100 guys in tow. Of course it's not appropriate. And why would either of them want it, and why would he assume that that's okay?
Regan, she's a clever one. She definitely uses the daughter-father flirty relationship brilliantly. And I think he finds that very attractive.
He's convinced that she is gentle and loving, and I think the greatest shock for Lear in the first half of the play is that Regan does not embrace him and bring him in. And it's she who really cuts him off and encourages Goneril to do the same.
They throw him out into a storm. He's a very, very old man with nowhere to go. It is a totally brutal act.
I think every actor who's played him must have thought, is he already suffering from some type of breakdown? And is he aware of it? And the Lear that I play, I think, is aware. And the irrational anger is part of the frightening symptoms of the disease that he can recognise. I thought this looks suspiciously like the symptoms of dementia. I have a family of medics, and my nephew, who's at medical school, found this article analysing King Lear's symptoms as Lewy body dementia. And then I met a geriatrician, and she pointed me in the direction of certain physical symptoms, which is actually the most useful thing.
Lewy body dementia is characterised by visual hallucinations, fluctuating confusion, so it comes and goes, and movement problems.
It's related to Parkinson's, so there's a particular type of shake in the hand.
They sometimes also get jerky movements, and their walking can become shuffling, and Simon wondered whether that was something he could bring into his interpretation.
Lear suffers hallucinations. He sees dogs, he sees a mouse.
Come, I'll button here.
People lose their inhibitions. They do things that they wouldn't normally do. So taking clothes off in an inappropriate place, making sexual comments that in no other time in their life would they have behaved like that.
I wasn't doing an exact replica. It's just that I thought Shakespeare, being the observer that he was, must have seen somebody, must have known somebody who suffered from what we would now call dementia. When he finally mentions the word mad, when he says to the fool, "Oh, let me not be mad," it's the first time he's said it, but he's been thinking of it for a long time. And I think the pain of losing one's mind and knowing one's losing one's mind is a terrible, terrible thing.
He ends up with just the fool on the heath. And it seems to me that the play is about stripping away home and rank and status, and even sanity. And in that respect, also the great play about homelessness, and about what it means to have nothing. Magnified all the more because these are people who've had everything.
Tom's cold. Tom's cold. Yet better thus, and known to be despised, than still despised and flattered. To be worst, the lowest and most dejected thing of fortune, stands still in hopefulness. Lives not in fear. The lamentable change is from the best. The worst returns to laughter. Welcome then, thou unsubstantial air, that I embrace. The wretch that thou hast blown unto the worst owes nothing to thy blasts. But who comes here, my father, poorly led? World, 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 but that thy strange mutations make us hate thee, life would not yield to age.
Oh, my good lord, I've been your tenant, your father's tenant these 80 years.
Away, get thee away, good friend, be gone. Thy comforts can do me no good at all, thee they may hurt.
Alack, sir, you cannot see your way.
I have no way, and therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw. Oh, dear son Edgar, the food of thy abused father's wrath, might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd say I had eyes again.
Oh, now who's that?
Oh, God. Who is it can say I'm at the worst? I'm worse than ever I was.
It's poor mad Tom.
And worse I may be yet. The worst is not. So long as you can say this is the worst.
Fellow Egoist.
Is it a beggar man?
I'm happen and beggar too.
He has some reason, else he could not beg. In the last night's storm, I such a fellow saw, which made me think a man a worm. My son came then into my mind, and yet my mind was then scarce friends with him. I have heard more since. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods, they kill us for their sport.
How should this be? Bad is the trade that must play fool to sorrow, angering itself and others. Bless thee, master.
Is that the naked fellow?
Aye, my lord.
Then prithee, get thee away. Good friend, If for my sake thou wilt or take us hence a mile or twain in a way toward Dover, do it for ancient love, and bring some covering for this naked soul, who I'll entreat to lead me.
Alack, sir, he is mad.
'Tis the time's plague when madmen lead the blind. Do as I bid thee, or rather do thy pleasure above the rest. Be gone.
I'll bring him the best peril that I have. Come on, what will.
Sirrah, naked fellow.
Poor Tom's a cold. Cannot do a bit further.
Come hither, fellow.
And yet I must. Bless thy sweet eyes, they bleed.
Knowst thou the way to Dover?
Both stile and gate and horseway and footpath. Poor Tom hath been scared out of his good wits. Bless thee, good man's son from the foul fiend.
Here, take this purse, thou whom the heavens' plagues have humbled to all strokes. That I am wretched makes thee the happier. So distribution should undo excess, and each man have enough. Dost thou know Dover?
Aye, master.
There is a cliff with high and bending head, looks fearfully into the confined deep. Bring me but to the very brim of it, and I'll repair the misery thou dost bear with something rich about me. From that place I shall no leading need.
Give me thy own. Poor Tom will lead thee.
I marvel my mild husband not met us on the way. Oh. Now then, where's your master?
Madam, within, but never man so changed. I told him of the army that was landed. He smiled at it. I told him you were coming. His answer was the worst of Gloucester's treachery and of the loyal service of his son when I informed him. Then he called me sot and told me I had turned the wrong side out. What most he should dislike seems pleasant to him. What like offensive?
Then shall you go no further. It is the cowish terror of his spirit that dares not undertake. He'll not feel wrongs that tie him to an answer. Our wishes on the way may prove effects. Back, Edmund, to my brother. Hasten his musters and conduct his power. I must change arms at home and give the distaff into my husband's hands. This trusty servant shall pass between us. Ere long you are like to hear, if you dare, venture in your own behalf a mistress's command, where this spare speech. Decline your head. This kiss, if it durst speak, would stretch thy spirits up into the air. Conceive, and fare thee well.
Yours, in the ranks of death.
My most dear Edmund. Oh, the difference of man and man. To thee, a woman's service is a due. A fool usurps my bed.
Madam, here comes my lord.
I have been worth the whistling.
Oh, Goneril, you are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face.
No more. The text is foolish.
What have you done? Tigers, not daughters, what have you performed? A father and a gracious aged man, whose reverence even the headlugged bear would lick. Most barbarous, most degenerate have you married.
Oh, you milk-livered man, that bears a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who has not in thy brow an eye discerning thine honour from thy suffering. Where's thy drum? France spreads his banners in our noiseless land, whilst thou, a moral fool, sits still and cries, alack, why does he so?
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity seems not in the fiend so horrid as in woman.
Oh, vain fool!
Changed and self-covered thing for shame. Be monster not thy feature. Were it my fitness to let these hands obey my blood, they are apt enough to dislocate and tear thy flesh and bones. However, thou art a fiend, a woman shaped to shield.
Oh, marry your manhood.
What news?
My good lord, the Duke of Cornwall's dead. Slain by his servant going to put out the eyes of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes?
Servant that he bred. Thrilled with remorse, opposed against the act. His master, then enraged, flew on him, and amongst them fell him dead, but not without that harmful stroke which since hath plucked him after.
This shows you are above. You justices, that these are never crimes so speedily convenged, but oh, poor Gloucester. Lost he his eyes?
Oh, both. Both, my lord. This letter, madam, craves a speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister.
One way, I like this well. But she, being widow, and my Edmund with her, may all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. I'll read and answer.
Where was his son Edmund when they did take his eyes?
He came with your lady hither.
He's not here.
Nope, my good lord, I met him back again.
Knows he the wickedness?
Aye, my good lord, 'twas he informed against them, and quit the house on purpose that their punishment might have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and to revenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest.
But did my letters pierce the Queen Cordelia to any demonstrations of grief?
Aye, sir, she took them, read them in my presence, and now and then an ample tear trilled down her delicate cheek. It seems she was queen over her passion, who most rebel-like sought to be king over her.
Oh, then it moved her.
Aye, sir, but not to a rage.
Made she no verbal question?
Faith, once or twice she heaved the name of father pantingly forth, as if it pressed her heart. Cried, sisters, sisters, then away she started to deal with her grief alone.
And you spoke not with her since?
No, sir.
Well, sir, the poor distressed Lear is i' the town, and by no means will yield to see his daughter.
Why, good sir?
A sovereign shame so elbows him. His own unkindness that stripped her from his benediction, turned her to foreign uncertainties, gave her dear rights to his dog-hearted daughters. These things sting his mind so venomously that burning shame detains him from Cordelia.
Alack, poor gentleman.
Of Cordelia's powers you heard not.
'Tis so, they're here.
How now? Where is the king? He was seen even now, as mad as the vexed sea, singing aloud.
Crowned with rank fumita and furrow weeds, with burdocks, hemlock, nettles, cuckoo flowers, darnel, and all the idle weeds that grow in your sustaining corn.
What commands wisdom in the restoring his bereaved sense? He that helps him take all my outward worth.
There is means, madam. Our foster nurse of nature is repose, the which he lack, that to prevent in him many simples operative, whose power will close the eye of anguish.
All blessed secrets, all you unpublished virtues of the earth spring with my tears. Be aidant and remediate in the good man's distress. A century send forth, search every acre in the high-grown field and bring him to our eye. Seek, seek for him, lest his ungoverned rage dissolve the life that wants the means to lead it.
News, madam. The British powers are marching hitherward.
'Tis known before. Our preparation, stand in expectation of them. Oh, my dear father, it is thy business that I go about. Therefore, great France my mourning and importune tears hath pitied. No blown ambition doth our arms incite, but love, dear love, and our aged father's right. Soon may I hear and see him. Are Albany's powers set forth?
Aye, madam.
Himself in person there.
Madam, with much ado. Your sister is the better soldier.
Lord Edmund spake not with Albany at home.
No, madam.
So what might import my sister's letter to him?
I know not, lady.
Faith, Edmund is posted hence on serious matter. It was great ignorance Gloucester's eyes being out to let him live. Where he arrives, he moves all hearts against us. Edmund, I think, is gone in pity of his misery to dispatch his father's life. Moreover, to survey the strength of the enemy.
I must needs after him, madam, with my letter.
Our troops set forth tomorrow. Stay with us. The ways are dangerous.
I may not, madam. My lady charged my duty in this business.
Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? Belike. Something. I know not what. I love thee much. Let me unseal the letter. I know your lady does not love her husband, I am sure of it. And at her late being, she gave strange oiliards and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you're of her bosom.
Aye,
I
madam.
speak in understanding. You are, I know it. Therefore, I do advise you note this well. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked. And more convenient is he for my hand than for your ladies. You may gather more. If you do chance to see him, I pray you, give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from me, I pray, desire her, call her wisdom to her. Fare thee well. If you chance to hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Would I could meet him, madam. I should show what party I do follow.
Fare thee well.
When shall we come to the top of that same hill?
You do climb up it now. Look how we labour.
Methinks the ground is even.
Horrible steep. Hark! Do you hear the sea?
No, truly.
Well, then your other senses grow imperfect by your eyes' anguish.
So may it be indeed. Methinks thy voice is altered, and thou speakst in better phrase and matter than thou didst.
You're much deceived in nothing am I changed by my garment.
Methinks you are better spoken.
Oh, come on. Sir, here's the place! Stand still! How fearful and dizzy it is to cast one's eyes so low. The crows and choughs that wing the midway air show scarce so gross as beetles. Halfway down hangs one that gathers samphire. Oh, dreadful trade! Methinks he seems no bigger than his head. The fishermen that walk upon the beach appear like mice. And yon tall anchoring bark, diminished to her cock a boy almost too small for sight. The murmuring surge that on the unnumbered idle pebbles chafes. Cannot be heard so high. I'll look no more lest my brain turn and the deficient sight topple down headlong.
Set me where you stand.
Give me your hand. You're now within a foot of the extreme verge, for all beneath the moon would I not leap upright.
Let go my hand. Here, friends, another purse, in it a jewel well worth a poor man's taking. Fairies and gods prosper it with thee. Go thou farther off. Bid me farewell, and let me hear thee going.
Well, fare you well, good sir.
With all my heart.
Why, I do trifle thus with his despair. Is done to cure it.
Oh, you mighty gods. This world I do renounce, and in your sights shake patiently my great affliction off. If I could bear it longer and not fall to quarrel with your great opposeless wills, my snuff and loathed part of nature should burn itself out. If Edgar live, oh, bless him. Now, fellow, fare thee well.
Gone, sir, farewell. And yet, I know not how conceit may rob the treasury of life when life itself yields to the theft. Had he been where he thought, by now had thought been past, alive or dead. Oh, you, sir! Friend, hear you, sir? Speak. Thus might he pass indeed.
Oh.
Yet he revives. What are you, sir?
Away and let me die.
Hadst thou been aught but gossamer. Feathers, air, so many fathom down, precipitating, thou'st shivered like an egg. But thou dost breathe. Hast heavy substance, bleeds not, speak'st, art sound. 10 masts at length make not the altitude which thou hast perpendicularly fell. Thy life's a miracle. Speak yet again.
But have I fallen or no?
From the dread summit of this chalky bourne, look up a height. The shrill-gorged lark so far cannot be seen or heard. Do but look up.
Alack, I have no eyes. Is wretchedness denied that benefit to end itself by death? 'Twas yet some comfort when misery could beguile the tyrant's rage and frustrate his proud will.
Give me your arm. Up, up. So, how is it? Feel you, your legs? You stand.
Too well, too well.
This is above all strangeness. Up on the crown of the cliff, what thing was that which parted from you?
A poor, unfortunate beggar.
As I stood here below, methought his eyes were 2 full moons. He had 1,000 noses, horns, whelked and waved like the enridged sea. It was some fiend. Therefore, thou happy father, think that the clearest gods, who make them honours of men's impossibilities, have preserved thee.
I do remember now. Henceforth, I'll bear affliction till it do cry out itself, enough, enough, and die. That thing you spoke of, I took it for a man. Often 'twould say, the fiend, he led me to that place.
Bear free and patient thoughts. Who comes here? His safer sense will never accommodate his master thus.
So they cannot judge me for crying. I'm the king himself.
Oh, thou side-piercing sight.
Nature's above art in that respect. There's your press money. That fellow handles his bow like a crow keeper. Draw me a clothier's yard.
close. Piece. This piece of toasted cheese will do it. Come on. Come on. There's my gauntlet. I'll prove it on a giant. Bring up the brown bills. Oh, well flown bird in the clouds, in the clouds. Give the word.
Sweet marjoram.
Pass.
I know that voice.
Ah, Goneril. With a white beard. They flattered me like a dog. Told me I had white hairs in my beard, the black ones were there. And when the rain came to wet me once in the winter, make me chatter when the thunder would not peace at my bidding. There I found them, there I smelt about. Go to, they're not men of their word. They told me I was everything. It was a lie. I'm not ague-proof.
The trick of that voice I do well remember. It's not the king.
Every inch a king. When I do stare, see how the subject quakes. I pardon that man's life. What was thy cause? Adultery? Thou shalt not die. Die for adultery, no. The wren goes to it, and the small gilded fly doth lecture in my sight. Let copulation thrive, for Gloucester's bastard son was kinder to his father than my daughters. Got between the lawful sheets. To it luxury pell-mell, for I lack soldiers. Behold yon simpering dame, whose face between her forks presages snow. The fitchud or the soiled horse goes to it with a more riotous appetite. Down from the waist, they're all centaurs. Women all above, but to the girdle do the gods inherit. Beneath is all the fiends. There's hell, there's darkness, there's the sulphurous pit burning, scalding stench, consumption. Give me an ounce of civet, good apothecary, to sweeten my imagination.
Oh, let me kiss that hand.
Let me wipe it first. Smells of mortality.
Oh, ruined piece of nature. This great world shall so wear out to naught. Dost thou know me?
I remember thine eyes well enough. Dost thou squint at me? Now do thy worst, blind Cupid, I'll not love. Read thou this challenge, mark back the penning of it.
Were all the letters sons? I could not see one.
I would not take this from report. It is, and my heart breaks at
Read!
it.
What? With the case of eyes?
Oh, are you there with me? No eyes in your head. Nor no money in your purse. Your eyes are in a heavy case, your purse in a light. But you see how this world goes.
I see it feelingly.
What, man? A man may see how this world goes with no eyes. Look with thine ears. See how yon justice rails at yon simple thief. Hark at thine ears. Change places, handy-dandy. Which is the justice, which is the thief? Now seen a farmer's dog bark at a beggar?
Aye, sir.
And the beggar run from the cur. There thou mightst behold the great image of authority, and dogs obeyed in office. Thou rascal beetle, hold thy bloody hand. Why dost thou lash that whore? Strip thine own back. Thou hotly lust to use her in that kind for which thou whipp'st her. usurer hangs the cozener. Through tattered clothes great vices do appear. Robes and furred gowns hide all. Plates sin with gold, and the strong lance of justice hurtless breaks. Armed in rags, and a pygmy straw doth pierce it. None does offend. None, I say. None. Get thee glass eyes, and like a scurvy politician seem to see the things thou dost not. Pull off my boots.
Oh.
There. Harder, harder. So.
Matter and impertinency mixed. Reason in madness.
If thou wilt weep my fortunes, take my eyes. I know thee well enough. Thy name is Gloucester. Hey. Thou must be patient. We came crying hither. Thou knowest that the first time we smell the air, we wail and cry. I'll preach to thee, Mark.
Alack the day.
When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. That was a good block. It were a delicate stratagem to shoe a troop of horse with felt. I'll put it in proof, and then when I've stolen upon these sons-in-law, then kill. 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 Kill.
Here he is. Good sir, your most dear daughter.
No rescue, what a prisoner. I'm even the natural fool of fortune. Use me well, you shall have ransom. Let me have surgeons. I'm cut to the brain.
You shall have anything.
No seconds or myself. Why, this would make a man of salt, to use his eyes for garden water pots.
Good sir.
I will come bravely. Like a smug bridegroom. I will be jovial. Come. I'm a king, my masters tell you that.
You are a royal one, and we obey you.
There's life in it yet. Well, if you get it, you shall get it by running. No, please,
Sight most pitiful in the meanest wretch. It's past speaking of in a king. Thou hast one daughter who redeems nature from the general curse which twain have brought her to.
Hail, gentle madam.
Sir, speed you. What's your will?
Do you hear aught of a battle toward?
Most sure and vulgar,
Everyone hears that which can distinguish rumour.
But by your favour, how near's the other army?
Near, and on speedy foot.
I thank you.
You ever-gentle gods, take my breath from me. Let not my worser spirit tempt me again to die before you please.
Well, pray you, Father.
Now, good sir, what are you?
Most poor man made tame to fortune's blows, who by the art of known and feeling sorrows am pregnant to good pity. Give me your hand. I'll lead you to some shelter.
A proclaimed price! Most happy! That eyeless head of thine was first framed flesh to raise my fortunes. Thou, old, unhappy traitor! Briefly thyself remember, the sword is out that must destroy thee.
Now let thy friendly hand put strength enough to it.
Wherefore, bold peasant, darest thou support a published traitor? Hence, lest that the infection of his fortune take like hold on thee, let go his arm.
Nay, I'll not let go, sir, without further occasion.
Let go, sir, or thou diest.
Good gentlemen, go your gate and let poor folk pass. And had I been swaggered out of my life, it would not have been as long as it is by our fortnight. Nay, nay, nay! Come not near the old man, keep out, I warn ye. Or I'll try whether my ballow or your bonnet be the harder. I'll be plain with you.
Out, dunghill.
I'll pick your teeth, sir. Come, no matter for your fines.
Slave! Thou hast slain me! Villain! Take my purse. If ever thou wilt thrive, bury my body and take the letters which thou findest about me to Edmund, Earl of Gloucester. Seek him out upon the British party. Oh, untimely death.
I know thee well. I know thee. A serviceable villain, as duteous to the vices of his mistress as badness would desire.
What? Is he dead?
Sit you down, Father, rest. You. See these pockets. The letters that he speaks of might be my friends. Dead. I'm only sorry you had no other deathsman. Let's say Edmund. Let our reciprocal vows be remembered. You have many opportunities to cut my husband off. There is nothing done if he return the conqueror. Then am I the prisoner, and his bed my jail. Deliver me, and supply the place for your labour, your wife. So I would say, affectionate servant Goneril. Oh, undistinguished space of woman's will, a plot upon her virtuous husband's life. In the exchange, my brother.
The king is mad. How stiff is my vile sense that I stand up and have ingenious feeling of my huge sorrows. Better I were distract. So should my thoughts be severed from my griefs, and woes by wild imaginations lose the knowledge of themselves.
Far off, methinks I hear the beaten drum. Give me thy hand. Come, Father.
Oh, thou good Kent! How shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will be too short, and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, is all paid. All my reports go with the simple truth, nor more nor clipped, but so.
Be better suited. These weeds and memories of those worse hours, I prithee put them off.
Pardon, dear madam, my boon I make it that you know me not, till time and I think meet.
And be it so, my good lord. How does the king?
Madam, sleep still.
Oh, you kind gods. Cure this great breach in his abused nature. Wind up the untuned and jarring senses of this child-changed father.
So please your majesty that we may wake the king. He has slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge and proceed in the sway of your own will.
Please you, draw near.
Oh, my dear father. Restoration, hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes did challenge pity of them. Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? To stand against the deep, dread-bolted thunder in the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick cross lightning? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. And wast thou fain, poor father, to hovel thee with swine and rogues forlorn in short and musty straw? Alack, alack! 'Tis wonder that thy life and wits at once had not concluded all. He wakes, speak to him.
Madam, do you? 'Tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art a soul in bliss, but I am bound upon a wheel of fire. That mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, you know me.
You are a spirit, I know. Where did you die?
Still far wide.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight. I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another thus. I don't know what to say. I will not swear. These are my hands. Let's see. I feel this pinprick. Would I were assured of my condition.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hand in benediction o'er me. No, sir, you must not kneel.
Pray do not mock me. I am a very foolish, fond old man. And to deal plainly, I fear I am not in my perfect mind. Methinks I should know you and know this man, yet I am doubtful, for I am mainly ignorant what place this is, nor all the skill I have remembers not these garments, nor I know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child, Cordelia.
And so I am. I am.
Be your tears wet? I pray weep not. If you have poison for me, I will drink it. I know you do not love me. For your sisters, as I do remember, have done me wrong. You have some cause, they have not.
No cause. No cause.
France.
In your own kingdom, sir.
Do not abuse me.
Be comforted, good madam. The great rage you see is killed in him. Trouble him not till further settling.
Wilt please your highness walk?
You must bear with me. I pray you now forget and forgive. Oh, I'm old and foolish.
Father, take the shelter of this house for your good host. Pray that the right may thrive. If ever I return to you again, I'll bring you comfort.
Grace go with you, sir.
Know of the Duke if his last purpose hold, or whether he is advised by aught to change course. Bring us his constant pleasure.
Sweet lord, you know the goodness I intend upon you. Tell me but truly, then speak the truth. Do you not love my sister?
In honour, love.
But have you never found my brother's way to the forfended place?
Madam, that thought abuses you.
I am fearful that you have been conjunct and bosomed with her, as far as we call hers.
No. By my honour, madam.
I never shall endure her. Dear my lord, be not familiar with her.
Fear me not. She and the Duke, her husband.
Our very loving sister, well bemet. Sir, this I hear. The king is come to his daughter with others whom the rigour of our state forced to cry out. Where I could not be honest, I never yet was valiant. For this business, it toucheth us as France invades our land, not as it lends the king a greater strength.
Sir, you speak nobly.
How is this reasoned? Combined together against the enemy, for these domestic and particular broils are not the question here.
Let us then determine with the Ancient of War on our proceedings.
The enemy's in view. Draw up your powers. He is the guess at their true strength and forces by diligent discovery, but your haste is now urged on you.
We will greet the time. Go.
To both these sisters have I sworn my love. Each jealous of the other as the stung are of the adder. Which of them shall I take? One, both, or neither? Neither can be enjoyed if both remain alive. To take the widow exasperates, makes mad her sister Goneril, and hardly shall I carry out my side, her husband being alive. Now then, we'll use his countenance for the battle, which being done, let her who would be rid of him devise his speedy taking off. As for the mercy which he intends to Lear and to Cordelia, the battle done and they within our power shall never see his pardon. For my state stands on me to defend, not to debate.
If ever your grace had speech with man so poor, hear me one word.
Speak.
If you have victory, open this letter. Wretched though I seem, I can produce a champion who will prove what is avouched there.
Stay till I have read it.
If the time shall serve, I'll appear again. Fortune love you.
Fare thee well.
In ill thoughts again men must endure their going hence, even as they're coming hither. Ripeness is all. Come on.
And that's true too.
Some officers stand good guard, till their greater pleasures first be known that are to censure them.
You're not the first who with best meaning have incurred the worst. For thee, oppressed king, am I cast down. Myself could else outfrown false fortune's frown. Shall we not see these daughters and these sisters?
No, come let's away to prison. We two alone will sing like birds in the cage. When thou dost ask me blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness, and so we'll live and pray and sing, tell old tales, and laugh at gilded butterflies, and hear poor rogues talk of court news, and we'll talk with them too, who loses, who wins, who's in, who's out, and take upon us the mystery of things, as if we were God's spies. And so we'll wear out in a walled prison packs and sects of great ones that ebb and flow by the moon. Upon such sacrifices, my Cordelia, the gods themselves throw incense. Have I caught thee? He that parts us shall bring a brand from heaven and fire us hence like foxes. Wipe thine eyes.
Take them away!
The good years shall devour them. Flesh and fair air, they shall make us weep. We'll see them starved first. Come.
Hark! Take thou this. Go, follow them to prison. One step I have advanced thee. If thou dost as this instructs thee, thou dost make thy way to noble fortunes. Know thou this, that men are as the time is. To be tender-minded does not become a sword.
I'll do it, my lord. You have shown today your valiant strength, and fortune led you well. You have the captives that were the opposites of this day's strife. We do require them of you, so to use them as we shall find their merits and our safety may equally determine.
Sir, I thought it fit to send the old and miserable king to some retention and appointed guard. With him I sent Cordelia, and they are ready tomorrow or at further space to appear where you may hold your session. For this time we sweat and bleed. The friend hath lost his friend. The question of Cordelia and her father requires a fitter place.
Sir, by your patience, I hold you but a subject of this war, not as a brother.
That's as we choose to grace him. Methinks our pleasure might have been sought ere you spoke so far. He led our powers, bore the commission of our place and person, in which immediacy may well stand up and call itself your brother.
Not so hot. In his own grace he doth exalt himself more than in your addition.
In my rights by me invested, he compares the best.
Well, that were the most if he should husband you.
Just as do off-proof prophets.
Hola, hola. That eye that told you so looked but a squint.
Lady, I'm not well, else I should answer from a full-flowing stomach. General, take thou. My soldiers, prisoners, patrimony, dispose of them, of me the walls are thine. You witness the world that I create thee here, my lord and master.
For me to enjoy him then.
But that alone lies not in your goodwill.
Nor in thine, Lord.
Hot-blooded fellow, yes! I arrest thee on capital treason. If none appear to prove upon thy head thy heinous, manifest, and many treasons, here is my pledge.
Oh, sick!
If not, I'll ne'er trust medicine.
Here's my exchange. What in the world he is that calls me traitor? Villain-like he lies. He that dares approach. On him, on you, who not? I will maintain my truth and honor firmly.
But thou art a traitor. False to thy gods, thy brother, thy father.
In wisdom I should ask thy name.
I'm no less in blood than thou art, Edmund. If more, the more thou hast wronged me. My name is Edgar. And thine? Father's son.
Oh, this is practice, Edmund. Thou art not vanquished, but cozened and beguiled.
Shut your mouth, dame. Or with this paper shall I stop it? Thou worse than any name. Read thine own evil. No tearing, lady. I perceive you know it.
Say if I do, the laws are mine, not thine. Who can arraign me for it?
Most monstrous, so knowest thou this paper?
Ask me not what I know. No.
She's desperate. Govern her.
For what you have charged me with, that have I done, and more, much more. The time will bring it out. 'Tis past, and so am I.
The gods are just, and of our pleasant vices make instruments to plague us. The dark and vicious place where thee he got cost him his eyes.
Thou hast spoken right. 'Tis true. The wheel has come full circle. I am here.
Methought thy very gait did prophesy a royal nobleness. I must embrace thee. Let sorrow split my heart, if I did ever hate thee or thy father.
Worthy prince, I know it.
Where have you hid yourself? How have you known the miseries of your father?
By nursing them, my lord. The bloody proclamation to escape that followed me so near taught me to shift into a madman's rags. And in this habit met I my father, with his bleeding rings, their precious stones new lost. I became his guide, led him, and never revealed myself unto him until some moment passed, but his flawed heart, too weak the extremes of passion to support, burst smilingly.
Help! Help!
What man?
Your lady, sir! Your lady!
No!
I was contracted to them both. Now all three marry in an instant.
This judgment of the heavens that makes us tremble touches us not with pity. Who is this?
Kent, sir, the banished Kent, who in disguise followed his enemy king and did him service improper for a slave.
Or is this he? The time will not allow the compliment which very manners urge.
I am come to bid my king and master I good night. Is he not here?
Think of us, for God speak. Edmund, where's the king? And where Cordelia?
Though you are made of stones, had I your tongues and eyes, I'd use them so that heaven's fault should crack. She's gone. Forever. I know when one is dead and when one lives, and she's dead. As earth. Lend me a looking glass if that her breath will mist or stain the stone. Why then she lives.
Is this the promised end?
Or image of that horror?
Fall and cease?
This feather stirs. She lives. If it be so, it is a chance which does redeem all sorrows that ever I have felt.
Oh, my good master.
Bring thee away.
It is noble Kent, your friend.
A plague upon you, murderers! Traitors, all I might have saved her. Now she's gone forever. Cordelia, Cordelia. Stay a little. What is thou sayest? Her voice was ever soft, gentle, and low, an excellent thing in woman. I killed the slave that was a hanging thee.
'Tis true, my lord. He did.
Did I not, fellow? I've seen the day with my good biting falchion. I would have made him skip. I'm old now. And these same crosses spoil me. Who are you? Mine eyes are not the best, to tell you straight.
If fortune brag of two she loved and hated, one of them we behold.
This is a dull sight. You're not Kent.
The same, your servant Kent. Where is your servant Caius?
Oh, he's a good fellow. He can tell you that he'll strike it. Quickly, too, he's dead and rotten.
No, my good lord, I am the very man.
I'll see that straight.
That from your first of difference and decay have followed your sad steps.
You're welcome hither.
No man else. All's cheerless, dark, and deadly. Your eldest daughters have fordone themselves and desperately are dead.
So I think.
He knows not what he says. And vain it is that we present us to him.
Very bootless. See.
And my poor fool is. Hanged. No. No life. Why should a dog, a horse, a rat have life and thou no breath at all? I'll come no more. Never. 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 Pray, undo this button. Thank you, sir. Do you see this? Now, look on her. Look. Her lips. Look there. Look there.
He faints, my lord. My lord.
Break, heart. I prithee, break.
Look up, my lord.
Vex not his ghost. Let him pass. He hates him that would upon the rack of this tough world stretch him out longer.
He's gone indeed.
The wonder is he has endured so long. He but usurped his life.
Bear them from hence. Our present business is general woe. Friends of my soul, you twain rule in this realm and the Gord state sustain.
I have a journey, sir, shortly to go. My master calls me. I must not say no.
weight of this sad time, we must obey. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. The oldest hath borne most. We that are young shall never see so much, nor live so long.